Sometimes you look at your work and you think, this is not what I was planning on doing. And as much as I like looking at those characters moving on the screen, falling into place, there's something really weird about spending so much time pixel a layout. And I know that normal people would look at this and be like, what the At the same time, I know some people who might enjoy this, so I'm gonna release it as is. And because I'm really into minimal music and playing synthesizers, modular synthesizers, in fact, I'm also going to play live while you watch this. And if you think it's weird, that's fine. That's not your conventional YouTube tutorial. But I guess it's about time that YouTube changes. I don't know. Anyhow, I'm gonna stop talking now. Or maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I should do a commentary overview of what I'm doing here. So the first thing I did was to make the background black. It makes the artwork pop to the front. I also added the additional images, the additional artwork at the bottom right under it. And I sort of made the design into two columns, one on the left, one on the right. And on the right is sort of like the core of the content. So the header is really large, the name of the artist, and then some basic data. So the core of the data is at the top there. And it's broken into a grid. So it creates a sort of rhythm on the page. I couldn't find an icon for genres. It took a while. This album icon is not working. You see how it's much whiter than the other ones? Because the other ones are only stroke and this one is a fill. This is the credits, so the track list, and then whoever played in each of these tracks. And I was thinking these could be accounts of people, so I could have an avatar next to them. And here I was trying to play around with another idea of overlaying them one on another with a gradient, but it didn't work out. It might work, but it took too much time, so I dropped it. That's the point. I realized that working with these numbers as small as they are in the original design will not work. And there is something really nice about working with typography, that when you scale certain elements up, when it's not just running text, but you have elements like numbers or graphics that could be enlarged, you could create a more interesting layout. So this is getting there. This is more interesting than where it was before, when all fonts were the same size. This map is supposed to give a bit of an indication, so it's also data. It's where all these albums they are in collections around the world, and if you want to buy them from someone, then you need to know where they are in the world. So having a map like this can be quite functional. You can get a very quick overview of where the albums are. You might notice I'm not really working with a grid, and this has to do with the fact that I'm just playing with the layout now, and I find a grid quite limiting when I do that. I don't really know yet what the grid would be. After I'm done designing it, I would figure out the grid for it. Here I was thinking it might be interesting to flip the layout, so the column on the left is with the data and the column on the right is more like the social aspect and artworks and videos. White space, and more white space.